Talking Shirts is presented in partnership with White Oak Cottage. For more information, visit whiteoakcottage.co.uk.
Hello, and welcome to episode number 128 of Talking Shirts. I'm Mike from Hull KR Shirts, and today we're going to take a look at this 2023 home shirt, which was worn by Matt Parcell. Now, I've had to use quite a few safety pins to pin this thing back together. Now, a lot of the rips and stuff, and the get my finger all the way through there. A lot of the rip actually features on the back of the shirt, so I will kind of show you a little bit more close up as we get round to the reverse of the shirt. But yeah, this shirt is most certainly not in one piece. It looks a little bit more like an apron or a pinny than it actually looked like a player's match-worn shirt. I do have a picture where I took where it was all kind of like open and flapped out, and I will pop that up for you to be able to have a little bit of a look at and see what I mean when I say that this shirt was absolutely ripped to pieces. Now, this shirt here wasn't actually cut off Matt Parcell like the previous one that I've got, and I've got one of Dean Hadley's that was cut off him. This one was actually done in game. Now, you may recall the game actually. It was won against Wigan quite early on in the season, maybe in about May time, I think it was, in May of 2023. And it was quite early on in the game. I think maybe only sort of 7-8 minutes on the clock. And just in the tackle, it just completely got ripped, and it was literally all the way from the top all the way to the sleeves, almost on both sides. And Matt's playing in it, and you can see it flopping forward, and you can see it flopping back, and it just didn't stop. You know, he's still at on behalf, he's scooting and he's throwing the ball out, and you know, you're just thinking like, what's going on? Shortly after, they did manage to get a replacement shirt onto the pitch for him, swap his GPS track over into the new shirt, get the shirt onto him. But yeah, it's not often that you see a shirt rip to this level in a game. As I've said, you know, the ones I've got in the past have been kind of cut off players, where you can actually see where they've had a shoulder injury, or even a spinal injury, where they've actually cut the shirt off just to kind of limit the stress on the body. Whereas this one, as I said, it's 100% game damage. This game was actually broadcast on Sky TV as well, so there's some wonderful footage and also some good photography that I've been able to take from screenshots and things, showing the damage actually sort of in play, if you like. I don't think you see the actual rip take place, however you certainly see the after effects of Matt running around in a shirt that's just completely flopping off him, which is you know, sort of quite a unique occasion. I've got a few of these shirts already, but when somebody offered me the opportunity to buy it, I was kind of like, oh, I've got to have that, because of the fact that it's unique, it's to a known game, it tells a story, everything with it just links in really, really nicely. And that's obviously now why I've got so many of these shirts within my collection. But from my perspective, how do you say no? You just can't. Anyway, the shirt. 2023 home shirt. Quite a sort of a unique design in the sense of it featuring an all red front with white side panels and white sleeves. It was a design at the time that was, I'll say, mildly criticised as looking like a football shirt. You know, people mentioned Ajax, people mentioned Arsenal, yeah, and I get it. But for me, it's perfectly fine. It's our colours. It sits nicely. It looks good. There's nothing offensive about it. I just think every now and again you've got to do something a little bit different, as we've seen with 2025. But we did have the follow-up was the 2024, which was absolutely wonderful in terms of being traditional and appealed to a lot of fans. So I don't think we can have too much to complain about, really. Everything on the front is in white. All of the manufacturer, maker, marker, club crest, sponsors, IRS, Aspire Academy, Oxen, Connexen, all of those feature in white, which is absolutely brilliant. The top stitch, which we've seen on quite a lot of the player spec shirts, on this one is in red, so that just kind of like morphs into the front as well. Some reinforced stitching in the neck there. Maybe we needed some reinforced stitching on the back to kind of protect it from ripping, but that obviously wasn't the case. As we look around to this sleeve here, and this is where we now start to see some of this damage. So it literally has ripped all the way from the top of the sleeve, top of the collar up here, all the way down through the reinforced stitching that was up there, all the way down here, all the way down to the seam here, and then along it. So yeah, it's quite incredible, really. I think this has got about 30 safety pins in, which I've pinned it from the inside. So you see the pins on the inside. All you see is sort of like, you know, part of the pin on the outside rather than seeing the head of the pin, just to kind of try and keep it a little bit neater. But yeah, it's ripped straight through Richardson's Food and Safety Consulting Limited branding, straight through the heat applied patch of Hull University, or University of Hull, should I say. You know, this one is heat applied. You can see where it's peeling a little bit, where it has kind of torn right through there. We mentioned on a few episodes now, we've got this wonderful sort of sleeve taping underneath with the Robin icon that features on the front and on the back of each sleeve. And then we have got these elastane side panels, which separates the pinhole fabric of the front and the back, which kind of makes the fit there. Obviously, that's what adds the stretch element to these match worn style shirts. And then onto the other one here, and on the back here, it did actually more rip down the seam of the top stitch, all the way from the top of the collar's cuff, all the way down this top stitch, and then all the way to the armpit here. Absolutely incredible. Really is how it managed to rip that much. We've got the Easy Buy branding that has been dye sublimated in red, and then we've got the Betfred competition patch. Again, this happened before a lot of madness throughout that 2023 season with regards to the changing of sleeve patches. It happened prior to quite a lot of different things. So yeah, it's in complete tact. There's nothing that needs doing there. Like I say, it was well before the Challenge Cup semi-final, well before the Challenge Cup final. So yeah, there's no sort of changeover of competition patch. It's one patch, very nice, very neat. Job's good. So yeah, that's been the front and the sides. We'll have a little bit of look at the back, talk a little bit about Parcell in part 2. But before we do that, here is a quick word from our sponsor.
White Oak Cottage is a 2-bedroom luxury holiday cottage set in the stunning Lincolnshire Wolds. It has 2 ensuite bedrooms, a hot tub, wood burner, Wi-Fi, electric vehicle charger, and is pet friendly. It is ideally situated in the Wolds, yet only 15 miles from the coast and 25 miles from the historic city of Lincoln. For more information, visit whiteoakcottage.co.uk.
Welcome back to episode number 128 of Talking Shirts. We've been talking our way around this very ripped 2023 home shirt that was worn by Matt Parcell, and now we're going to take a look at the reverse. So the back of this shirt, we've got that pinhole fabric again, solid red, and then everything that features on the back of the shirt is in white. So we've got the Robin icon, Harrison Solway, and Higher Base. All of those have been dye sublimated in white onto the back of this red shirt. And then we have got Parcell and squad number 9. The placement of this is absolutely brilliant. The name Parcell, very central to the Harrison Solway branding. The number 9 is very central to the name. I say very central, I suppose maybe just half an inch that way to make it very central. But it's central, we'll take it. It's quite hard to get these all lined up so consistently, so we will take that one. I've seen much worse. Much worse. But yeah, Matt Parcell. So he made 122 appearances for Hull KR between 2019 and 2024. In that time, he scored 33 tries, which equated up to 132 points. During the 2023 season, he did make 30 appearances, where he only scored 3 tries, so it's his lowest scoring try tally during his sort of time with us. In the Challenge Cup final, Matt Parcell scored that try that took the game to Golden Point. Obviously, we know what happened after that, but it was a wonderful try from a Rowan Mills kick, where there was a little bit of battling going on, and he fought hardest to ground that ball. And after a very, very timely and long referee stoppage for the video referee, we did get that TRY signal on the screen that we'd all been longing for. However, it was it just delayed the heartbreak of what was losing the 2023 Challenge Cup final. So that's everything for this episode of Talking Shirts. A nice, quick, speedy one after some sort of more longer, lengthier episodes. We've covered quite a few shirts of Matt Parcell, and we've done the 2023 home shirt a few times in the past, but the opportunity to show you this one, which has just been completely ripped off his back. It's from a known game. It's just absolutely wonderful. I hope you've enjoyed this pit stop tour of the 2023 home shirt. which was worn by Matt Parcell. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to check back in another couple of weeks, where I'll be back with episode number 129, where we're going to take a look at the 2010 away shirt, and this one was just issue 2, Chev Walker. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.